Hello, my legends. You guys liked the first chatter challenge, so I'm gonna do another where it's kind of like a live commentary. A lot of people said that, and you're right, it is. Well, it's fun. I talk, and if I'm in combat, I have to stop talking, and if I'm dead, I'll stop talking. Someone said that, you know, if you stay alive and win the round, you should be able to talk. And I was like, yeah, all right. Well, it's kind of small rules, but it's fun, so I'm doing another. And this guy recognizes me. Hello, William. Hello, friend. For today, today's subject, I would like to talk about alcohol. I was talking to Alex, and I was like, what should I, you know, if I want to do one of these, and I said, what do you think I should talk about? She said, do you have any awkward stories, any cringy stories, funny stories? And I was like, I thought of one where I'm drunk. And then I said, you know what, why not just talk about alcohol and include that story? So that's what we're talking about. I don't really know what I'm doing here. Well, if a guy was down there, then surely they'll be down here. Where you got Floppy? Ah, sorry, buddy. Floppy's not here. No idea. I killed him. There we go. Anyway, I started drinking when I was 17, 18, something? 17 and a half, I think. First time I was drinking, I remember the experience, because in movies and in series, often, or always, not always, but when someone's drunk, if you've never been drunk before, and they play it off like that as well, like, when someone's drunk and they do something stupid, it's kind of like they're another person, you know? They wake up the next day and they'll be like, oh, I can't believe I did that, or they won't remember. And that's obvious, that's Hollywood, like, more often than not, and a lot more often than it happens in real life. Did I just get blood? No. They have a blackout. So to me, I thought that being drunk, once you reach that limit, you kind of just transform into another person, and you just, oh! And you just forget everything the next day, just automatically. So I wasn't really sure what to expect. Holy shit. I wasn't really sure what to expect. So I remember when we had been drinking and I got up to go pee, and I went into the bathroom, and I realized that I was drunk. I remember looking down at my hands. I remember looking down and going, wow. Because I was really surprised that I still had control. Obviously, when you're drunk, you don't have as much control because you're intoxicated. But I thought that I would, as if someone else takes over my body and I come back in the morning and kind of remember some of it. So that was a really surprising experience, and it was just weird. And I think that's totally just movies and series that made me expect that. That was my first drunk experience. As I said, it was with my brother and his friends, because my brother's 7 years older than me, and he had friends from, 5 years older than me. So if I was 17, 18, his friends, he was 24, 23 during that time, and his friends were around that age. So once I turned 18 and we started going out, I remember it being really kind of like a benefit from going out with people who are that much older than you is that you get to go into the clubs and pubs that you go into. Well, maybe not the pubs. As I said, you get to go into clubs where you're a bit younger than everyone. And the first time we went out, we ended at a gay club here in Stockholm, which was really cool because everyone was dancing. Many different 2 or 3 floors of different music, and everyone was dancing. So it was a really cool first experience. The thing that made it interesting with that it was also the first time was that I kind of lost them. I lost my friends. I lost my brother and his friends and everyone. And I was drunk, and this gay couple came up to me, these 2 guys, who were very obviously together. They offered help, because obviously I look kind of vulnerable as well, because, there are people who are 21 and older in this place, and then I'm 18, So I probably looked a lot more vulnerable than I was. Although I think I was very vulnerable anyway, because first time I'm out, it's kind of like I wasn't scared or anything, but, Fucking hell, the roamers are coming. The roamers are coming. I need to go. I get them from here instead. Okay, that doesn't break. And they offered help. And they were like, what do you need help? And I said, I can't find my friends and stuff. But I wasn't like, I mean, I knew how to get home. I was in the middle of the city. But they were really like, oh, do you need help? And they came with a glass of water and said like, here's some water so you'll feel better. And I remember being like, I'm not gonna drink this. Because I fell off the map. Those were some really short rounds. So I'm doing another game. Anyway, they offered me this cup of water, and I remember thinking, you know, I'm not gonna drink this. And I was still unsure because they were a really nice couple. They were really nice to me. They were like, hey, how are you? Do you need some help? And I remember thinking like, yeah, they're really nice. So, you know, it's most likely nothing. But then I was thinking like, you know, if I was trying to drug people at a club, I'm at a gay club and I'm trying to drug people. Obviously, like, I'm gonna be the nicest guy in the world and find someone who looks vulnerable and go up to them and say, hey, what happened? Oh, here's some water. Because they even said it, they were like, it's okay if you don't drink it, we understand if you don't trust us. And obviously that makes me trust them more with it. But I know it's just a glass of water, but, you know, at that time, that glass of water looked appealing. I was drunk and tired and wanted to go home. So, like, it was a good start to going home. But I didn't take it, and I said, you know, thanks anyway, bye guys. Ended up finding one friend on my way out and took the train back home. But I like thinking about that because it's the first time I was out at like a club. It's my first club experience. And you know, I think it could have been so different if maybe I had taken that water and it turns out it was drugged and like, you know, something could have happened. Okay, this guy just joins me here. But luckily it didn't. I'm okay. And since then I'm still drinking. The first trip I took with my friends, first time I went out with them, we went to Rhodos. Where the hell was that? What was that? Oh! So the first trip was Rhodos, my friends. We were there for a week, staying at a hotel. We got like a charter hotel, and then we'd go to the bar street in the evenings. And while trying to think of what to talk about for this, I'm gonna go in over here, actually, come in from afar. While trying to think of what to talk about for this thing, I remembered some pretty cringy things that I did. I remember this one girl I got interested in. I kind of asked her where she was sitting. She was really friendly with me, and she seemed to be a tad interested. But then she took me to her table, and it was with her friend. And I kind of just sat myself down. And obviously I was drunk. And her friend had a boy friend. Maybe not a boyfriend, but someone, either she had met him in the night or they knew each other. But they were very obviously interested in each other. And the girl that I was interested in, I was sitting next to. And I don't know how it led there, but I remember it leading to me dancing for them. And it wasn't a club, it was a bar with like some good music. So obviously some people who are standing kind of mingled. But it was still, we were sitting at this table kind of in the bar area. And I think her friend asked me to dance, like, maybe I even asked, like, what could get me, you know, how could I, maybe she said, like, you have no chance, I don't remember, but she made me dance for her. So I stood there kind of like, and obviously if you're drunk, you don't dance well, not as good as this. So I was standing there dancing for a while and had no shame. And that was that. And obviously I didn't end up going home with them. In fact, they left a while later, and her friend and the guy thought I was totally lame, which is totally understandable. And the girl I thought I had a chance with, I did not have a chance with. So, there was that. It was also the time they had their, like, what I really liked about the place is, you know, you could have like 15 shots in a night, but the shots had really, what I realized afterwards, because I always thought like, how come I didn't get like completely wasted out of my mind within like the first hour? But obviously they have like, I'm pretty sure they mixed it with water, or it's just very low alcohol shots. Because their shots were very cheap as well. But I liked that because you get there at 9, 10 in the evening, and you're there until 3, 4, 5 a.m. So it was cool. And I remember I went into this bar, and there was this girl there who worked there. And she wasn't a bartender, she kind of just walked around, kind of like a waitress, but didn't really need a waitress. Now afterwards I realized that this was her job. I'll wait until this is done. She seemed interested in me. And I ended up buying... I bought a bottle of champagne for her from the place. For like 30 euros. So like 30, I don't know, 25 pounds, $40. And obviously that was her job. I think that was kind of a thing she did. Got drunk guys to buy more alcohol. Or because she told me, she was like, I end at 5. And work at 5 then. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll wait for you. And it was like 2:30. And I was just like, yes. Yes, I'm gonna wait for her. We're gonna go home together. Now, even if I would have stayed, that would not have happened. But Max came in and saved me. Even though I got like, I think he told me that I got mad at him, which is such a bad thing when he's trying to like save me, get me home. Came in like, I'm taking you home, we gotta go home. And I didn't want to at first, but then after some peeing, I decided to, you know, go home. But you know, that's things you do when you're 18, 19 and desperate. But it was good. That's one of my more memorable trips. It was a fun trip. Now I'm 22, and I drink every day. No, but it's something I like doing. I wish they had more pubs in London, in Stockholm. They don't have a lot of pubs. Not as many as I'd wish, as I'd hope for. A lot of areas where a pub would fit perfectly. They don't have them. They just have cafes, usually.
Come on, help me. Go well.
I'm coming, buddy. Let's see if I can help this guy. I almost shot that guy. Actually, the other day I was out with Richard. We had a few beers. I think I had like 3 beers. Pretty much pints. I think it's a little less in Sweden. But I was still fairly intoxicated from it, you know. But, you know, when I got home, I edited I made a video. It took me like 2.5 hours. The siege video, the poop grenade or whatever it's called. Poo grenade. Oh. So. I don't really know where my point was there with the end, but just I like alcohol today. That's kind of how I want to sum up the whole alcohol in the now compared to what I've been talking about. Thank you guys for watching. It was an interesting subject to talk about. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.